as you all know by now, I'm not a very smart man. I tend to work with very small and simple ideas, and then I either do them very many times, or I do them slightly badly very many times, which creates a slight randomness and sort of movement. And and also I don't learn from my mistakes. That's a good lesson. So I'm going to show you what I've done on this section. You can buy this section at mysymbol.com. This exact section. And here we go. This is a kind of... This is the same section that I was working on earlier. Because what I try to do with sections, and my philosophy about... Especially when you're working with long songs, like in a progressive rock genre like Saga and Marillion, you want to create these places, where you can go and visit, and they should have an atmosphere and create a kind of trying to avoid world, but why not? Create a sonic world where the listener visits it, and you're supposed to associate to things. So you use sounds that will hopefully paint some pictures for the listener. I hope they will. And also, I mean, it's not about if they get it or not. You know, it's not about that at all. It's about me having a vision, saying, all right, so after the noisy industrial part of the docks of Bristol or Belfast, it's supposed to be brown and grey and chains in the wind kind of thing. Then all of a sudden you open a door where it's like this big green meadow, and you see these three naked swans just flying over there, and there's a toad on fire whistling a Burt Bacharach tune, smoking cigars and playing cards with a giraffe. Alright, cool. So that means that I need to use... I can't use this symbol. This symbol is all wrong for that section. We need to have something completely else. So you start bringing other crap. You go like, oh, the toad. And what would that sound like? Well, either we have a toad sound, or we do something completely different and try to evoke the opposite so that you associate naturally to the opposite of that. And all of a sudden you're into this whole thing about, okay, so what do all these sounds... Because, I mean, who gives a fuck? I mean, nobody wants to do well, this is a G, right? Well, on the other hand, then all of a sudden I go like, well, that's beach. That's some kind of beach thing, right? And you've got a weird suntan in all the wrong places. Anyway, bad example, because this guitar makes you go, ooh, this could be something. Anyway, alright, well, fuck it. That was bad. I think, did you get that at all? Did that make any sense? Anyway, so you try to paint these pictures with sound. Yeah, that's a bumper sticker for you. And, anyway, so, alright, this section. So that's supposed to feel like it goes really, really fast, right? So what we'll add is something high-pitched that is playing something very, very fast, right? And you can buy this exact Darbouk at mysymbol.com. If you go to mysymbol.com and watch one fucking video, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. And you can buy this exact finger at mysymbol.com. Alright, so what you do is that you got one. Yes, wonderful. Good. Now we have drum, right? Yes, and drumming. Good, move on, next section. Stop it right there. What would happen if we dubbed that darbuka with another darbuka, playing almost the same thing? You're crazy. That's crazy talk. You can't do that. We'll run out of channels. No, wait a minute. It's 2012. There must be a solution. Let's try it out. We found another channel. It was just next to the other one. Wait a minute. That sounds kind of nice. Add the drums. Alright, so that's... You got the 16th notes there, right? Right? Yeah, right. Okay. So, in that rhythm, and this is what I'm talking about being slightly stupid. In that rhythm, boom, boom, ba, ba, boom, boom, ba, boom, ba, ba, boom, boom, ba, which is like the main rhythm of the drum kit. So you're doubling that, but putting 16th notes all over it. Like, the when I learned to play drums, we used to call 16th notes the apples of rhythm. Alright, so then we've got the so if we want to add that, well then we just record that thing. Oh, we didn't. Yeah, that was me. There's more screaming going on. And then we add a second one with even more screaming. What? We're not doing that? Oh, my producer is telling me that I can't do this. And all of a sudden, that's because I've only just broken down the idea of the first idea that I had, and I made that smaller, right? So then all of a sudden, if you got that idea, I know I'm going to regret the screaming thing, but when you've got like one of these sections where everything's supposed to sound like it's really aggressive and crazy and what is this? What is going on? Someone told me. It's not wrong to throw in a bit of screaming. Because when you're sitting with headphones, you go like, oh yes, I need to fill in tax reform. And they go, shit, what was that? Was that? Was there someone screaming? No. And you go, yes. Because you always try to hear voices. When you listen to music, anything that's got like a tonal quality that reminds you of a voice will immediately draw your attention to it. So if you've got like a theremin or a flute sound or something that's got a bit of vibrato, something that is like moving, or someone screaming in a darbuka take. Because I mean, I have to do it in a take. I can't put up a microphone and just yell away. Well, I could do that, but I'd probably use a megaphone for that. There's equipment for crazy people. So, I buy all my stuff at that store. And I also fuck around with the pitch on this. So you've got like different pitches, so you try to widen it as much as possible. Alright, so we've got that. Because we're going in a six thing, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 2, and then you've got your subdivisions, right? And And then you've got the down, 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 and the apples, right? Which is the first Darbuka thing. And then you've got the down, 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 down. And then you're like, all of a sudden rhythmically you're with down by your neighbors doing something completely different. And you shifted the whole fucking thing, which is great, because then you've got this, you've got the down, 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 gong, gong. So you can have that going on at the same time, and you can have your proggy, but you don't want to do that. You want to have it going at the same time. All these rhythms stacked on top of each other. Put them through the modular system, have them fade in and out. So you have your like rhythmic ear just following these rhythms, going over that direction. Then you can just jump on another one and go like, well, it could be this as well. But at the same time, you've got this big super one, a monolith of rhythm in the middle, just going like funk, 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 which is this drummer kick down like. So, sorry, I'm rambling again, but I'm having a good time. So bear with me. So you've got the, okay. So then you got the, I got rhythm, you got ready, I got we do, shoo up, shoo up, shoo up, shoo away. Don't mean nothing if you ain't got that swing. Shoo up, do 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 up, yeah. Do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up, do up. And that. Right? Did you get that? So if you put it together with the second rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you break that down to a simpler one, and then all of a sudden you've got this. And then all of a sudden you've got all of that going on at the same time. And it might, the funny thing is that at the end, when you listen to the final project, or final like thing, well, it won't end up on anything. But you can buy this instead. But what it means is that you, all of a sudden, it's like the kind of thing where when you're really tired and you start focusing, and you can like focus on, and you can shift your focus in all these weird ways. Or if you, and then everything changes, and you can just shift stuff, and they go, oh, yeah. And it's really interesting doing it with rhythms, and if you do it with pitch, people throw up. If you do it with rhythm, if you're really smart about it, people might even dance. So there you go. This is like 6 channels of Darbukas on here. And I've done these really cool treatments on them through the modular systems that they'll be like sweeping and coming out at you and going back. So it will be, I think it's going to be really, really cool. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, I know. This isn't good at all, but what you gonna do when I come for you, bad boy?